Welcome back. Well, after the holidays, it can be pretty hard to get back into a routine, especially if you're trying to add in maybe a New Year's resolution like exercising or maybe more quiet time. It's sometimes hard to find time to fit it all in, getting back into your routine and even adding something new. Michelle Essery with Full Well Neurofeedback and Counseling joins us now live from Hoover with more and some tips to help us get back into that routine. Hey, Michelle, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Claire.
All right, so let's talk about this and why it might be hard for us to be able to get into a routine again after the holidays.
Yeah, we're getting to the point in the month where if you have added a new routine, it might feel strange. You might be running into some roadblocks. You might not any longer feel like it's a routine. It may have been, hey, I'm trying these new things, but I can't really get in the habit of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it can be tough to come out of the holidays and jump into kind of something that's a little more organized.
So you've got some tips for our viewers that I'll go ahead and share here. Let's talk about these and what these mean and how we can implement them.
Yeah, these are some really simple tips, and there's five on here. I don't know if you can see the bottom one on there, but I'll read it anyway. There is re-anchor your small actions at specific times. This is a really simple way, if you are trying to fit something into a routine in your life, to anchor it at a specific time, right? So if you've had a hard time sticking with something, let's say you want to increase routine in your sleep, better sleep routine. If you go to bed at the same time every night, that would be anchoring that small action to a specific time, as an example. Habit stacking. This is a really common thing we recommend when people are trying to deal with habits. And this is when you connect your new actions with old habits. For example, if I wanted to start flossing daily, I actually don't floss daily. I apologize. I floss about every other day. So maybe this is something I should add. But if you wanted to floss daily, you could connect it to something you already do. Like when I wash my face or when I brush my teeth, I'll floss at the exact same time. Now that's a really basic one. You can do this with a more complicated habit, right? When I eat breakfast, I will take my vitamins. You get the idea. Like when
Yeah.
I stand up for lunch, I'll walk around the office for 5 minutes. So you are stacking your habits together with something that you already do. The next one is start small and increase over time. There's actually a phrase out there that says start stupidly small, but I don't want to offend anybody with that word. The idea is that you start with a very small thing. If you've had a hard time going from 1 to 100, maybe go from 1 to 5. And then after you get used to that, add to 10 and increase over time. So you're really just trying to start with a small habit and then increase it slowly over time. If you want to start to do push-ups, for example, start with 5 and then maybe go to 10. This is just one example.
I love that. Some
Set
great
up
advice there.
Yeah, well, it makes it easier, right? We can think about doing 5 things. We can't think about doing 100 things, not from the get-go. So set up your space to make the right choice, the easiest choice. This can be something really simple. For me, for a while, I was running in the morning. I know you love running, Claire, so this one might fit for you. I was much more likely to get up and actually run when it was cold and dark outside if I had my running shoes and clothes waiting for me right there.
Hmm.
If I saw them first thing, I wouldn't have the excuse that I had to go find something. I would just have to get up and just move to where the clothes were. So this can include making your space less cluttered so you're not distracted or stressed, but it can also include, simple things, making your space work for you, putting the food you want to eat in the front of the pantry, things like that. And then finally, work to not skip a habit twice in a row, right? This is kind of a simple little rule, like don't do it twice, don't skip twice. If you need to skip something once, that's totally normal and fine, but try and make it a goal not to skip it twice in a row.
It's like the flossing your teeth. You don't want to skip it more than more than once, or else you may not get back to it. It may not become a habit, right?
Right. I probably shouldn't have admitted that, but I do it often. Sorry, Dennis out there.
I know. I'm the same way. I am the same way. All right. Michelle, thank you so much for being with us today. We certainly appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a great day, Claire.